Hi all, so welcome to the today's tutorial. So previously when we were shooting it was just kind of static, like there is no shake, no movement at all. It is kind of static. We can easily target our human, right? So today's target is to add that movement, so it should look natural. So our target is to make something like this. See, it is moving slightly. If you'll zoom in and if you will shoot, see, so we will add that movement, and there is one icon at left which you can see. So this is the target which we have to shoot. So this is the main idea. So let's get started. So let's start with the UI first, like when we want to add that jog. So go to the UI scope screen. Okay, I'm in the C++ class, not in the content UI scope screen. Give me a second, let me open that just for the reference. So just look where you have put this. I think it is in the scope container if I'm not wrong. So in the scope container, let me open the animation. This is the scope container. So go to the animation, add shoot shake plus scope container, and just select this. And what we will do, I do want the duration of 0.25, so I will just take it here, and using control button I'm just zooming it in. Just press drag, and I do want to transform its value, so transform. So in the transform we will have everything like translation, rotation, scale and shear. So by default I want it to be 0, so I think this is the key which we do want to record, and just enable this. So by default we want everything to be 0, and once like near about point 1 or like half of 0.25, just give me a second, let me check. So okay, let's do one thing. Let's not do for 0.25. Let's do for 0.20. We want it to be very quick. So in between we want share like scale it up. So 1.4, 1.4 and 1.4. Okay, and when it is up like again at 1.0.1, I want it again to be 1, so I'm just getting it back. So this thing is done with the scaling thing, and here is the rotation part. So I want it to be rotated around like here. I want the rotation, sorry, the rotation part, this angle part, I want it to be 10. So what it will do, as soon as it will in between it will just tilt like some degree. Again at 0.1 it will be 0 again. So I'm just resetting it back. Same thing I will do with translation. So in X and Y, what I will do, I will do -20 and -20. So it will like move from the offset, and again set it back 0 and 0. So if we will play, see, this is the effect which we do want. So this should be very quick, so it should look like okay we are shooting something. And here in the scope screen in the parent class we will expose one function, and then we will connect it. So our function is shoot shake, sorry, the animation. I will play animation and we will connect it to that function. So just let me open the scope screen. In the public function, u function blueprint callable void on shoot animation. Uh, no, it will be blueprint implementable event if I'm not wrong. Blueprint. So you can do one thing. One is the blueprint native event, and another one is implementable event. So in the implementable event, you just have to define it in the blueprint. So what I will do, I will just compile it, Control B. So we will have that function availability in the blueprint. Okay, it succeeded. So right click, shake, shoot animation. So event on shoot animation, and I will connect it here. Just compile and save. And we will call this function like event on shoot. We will call this when we are shooting. So let me check when we are shooting in the pawn base. Shoot on shoot. Okay. So so the scope screen, the reference of the scope screen, we have it in the HUD if I'm not wrong. So Control P, Control comma M HUD CPP switch scope screen object. So this is the function. So I will create one more function. Shoot animation. Alt enter, generate definition. So scope screen object is true, then scope screen object dot shoot on shoot animation. And we haven't called this function, so what we will do, as soon as we are shooting, go to the pawn base, on shoot. Here I will get the reference for the HUD. Okay, I'm HUD. Are we not storing this value anywhere? Nope. Okay, then let me copy this part. Let me go to the on shoot. Or you can do one more thing, like I have seen like at various places we are using like HUD class. So what we can do, we can have the reference of the HUD class. So in begin, what we can do, let me copy, paste it, and I will declare it in the private variable. So I will just put one more check if it is not there. mHUD is not there. Shift F6. I'm just changing its name. Object, mHUD object. Next. So if it is not correct, then I will put the log here. So source extras. Okay. So mutils dm, and we will write HUD class is unable to get object in pawn base begin play. This. So this is done. So in previous tutorial we have added these things too. Cool. This is nice. Okay, so this is done. So wherever we are doing this, so we will just check if the m heard object is there or not. So if m heard object, if it is true, then we will call these functions, because we are initializing this object in the begin play. So same thing we will do here. M heard object, same thing we will do here. M heard object dot. Okay, haven't we included any definition yet? Okay, we will include the heard class. So on shoot animation, and it will class call this animation. So it should be done. So let's check if everything is good or not. So control B. Okay, patch done. So let us check. Let me drag it here. Play. Okay, things is working. Now comes the second part where the slight movement which was happening in our game which we have saw. Like right now, when you will see, it is kind of static, right? Like where we have placed it, it is exactly there. It is not moving here and there. So let's do that. So in the content in asset, I will create one more function, one more folder called data, and inside that data, we will create one curve, the float curve float underscore. So this is for the like gun shake. Let me drag it here. So here what I will do, I will create a key. The value will be 0 0. Okay, so at 0.5 I will create one more key. Add key 0.5, it will be 0.5, and here at 1.5 the value will be minus 0.5. Again I will take the difference of 1. Add key, the value will be minus 0.5. Okay, and here also I will do the same, like at minus 0.5 the value will be, add key, the value will be minus 0.5, and again like it will you know, now it will go indefinitely. So I think the option for that is, so just select this, right click, post infinity cycle, same right click, pre infinity, sorry, and this will be post infinity cycle. So this will repeat again and again. Just click save, and now we will go to pawn base, as because it will be the pawn who will be moving the gun here and there, and it will be the part of tick because it will be moving constantly, and it will move only if the weapon is equipped. So we already have that condition on. So what we will do, we will get first we will have to get the reference of that variable which we have created. So in the public I will create one more function, u property, edit anywhere, u curve float with the pointer, and gun shake curve float, and if gun shake curve float is true, then gun shake curve float dot get float value. So this is the key actually. Like in time, what it will do at one time, like if we will talk about 0, So at 0 0, so at 0th time the value will be 0. At this second the value will be this. So this is like that. So here we should have some value. So what I will do, we have a function called get game time since creation. Game time since creation. So this will give the value in seconds. So we will use that. So I'm just storing it float, or we can actually directly insert that. And so this will give us the float value. And so the thing is, let's imagine we will put one more functionality. Like when I'm zooming in, I will keep my breath stop. Like there is functionality in Hitman game. Like when you will press shift, it will hold the value, and the movement will stop. The shake will stop. So we want to have that functionality. So for that, what I will do, I will create one more variable. So go to the header class, and I think it will we should have it in the private section. So again, I will keep it in the u property. It will not be edit anywhere, because I don't want to edit it in the start, but it will be blueprint read write and float and shake effect multiplier, and by default it will be 1. Okay, or by default it will be 0.005. Let's see. Okay, so by default I will keep it as 0.005, because I want shake to be minimal happen. You will see, like okay, let's do one thing, add edit anywhere too, so you can have the effect and see like what will be the effect of this. Blueprint data should not be used in the private. Okay, let's move it to the public. Let's move it here. Shake multiplier. Okay, so again go to the CPP, shake multiplier, and so this is the effect. Like this is the value which we will move it, like in the translation. So float effect transform. Okay, and what we will do, add controller pitch input, we will add that value, effect transform, control D, and add controller yaw input. Okay, this should do the thing. Control B is to compile. Okay, so it succeeded. Go let's go back to our base, like pawn base, and here we have to fill one variable which we have created, gun shake curve. So gun shake, compile and save. Let's check. See, now the movement is happening. Cool. But the issue is we kept the value to be 0.005. Let's imagine, I'm just copying it down. Let's imagine if we are putting 1. So just see like how much it will shake. See, this is uncontrollable. So that is why I kept it 0.005. So we will keep it default. Okay, so let's test once again. So the movement is happening. Okay, this is working fine. Cool. So okay, so the next thing, like when we are shooting at the left, which we had one UI which we created very like I think first or second tutorial if I'm not wrong. So go to the designer tab. uh, Let me look at the value. Okay, so this was the suspect image container. Mm, Visibility. So it is collapsed, just make it visible. And by default, the image is null. So just to have it in good shape, what I will do, slot appearance, brush. There was an image. We can actually put it like this, but we already have an photo in the asset, if I'm not wrong. Textures, nope. Let me put that photo here. You can already you already have the asset file, so you can drag and drop it from there. So, okay, this is the value. So this is just dummy image which I'm putting it here. So suspect background is the image. Okay, compile and save. No, why is it so? Okay, constructor visibility scope collapsed. Destroy notification. Uh-huh. Everything is good. Mm. Okay, the visibility is not turned on, so it is collapsed. Again, click visible, compile. Okay, as soon as I'm compiling, uh, okay, okay. So this is the issue. Actually, in native pre-constructor, we are setting the visibility for the suspect. So just comment it out. So click save. Again, Control B. Successful. Go to designer tab, compile and save. Now it is coming. So as soon as now you will shift, now that girl image will be there. So this was it for today. Just let me know if you are getting everything right. If you do have any doubt, just comment it below. I will try to resolve it as soon as possible. Thank you and have a nice day.